Hello, hello, Sir David the Bard, coming to you from Hollywood. I snuck in on the stage here. I wanted to see the wrecking ball, Miley. I wanted to see her get up on that ball. Anyway, Sir David the Bard. I want to be fair, and I am fair, in my opinion. I am fair. I don't take just one side of an issue and become entrenched. We take care of a little girl, and I'm telling you, no child has taken my heart as much as this little girl. Her name is Jane Rose, and her mom's a single mom, and befriended Mercy, and single moms don't have a lot of resources, and so she needed people to help babysit the baby. And I worked in daycare for, I forget, 8-10 years. And I've got 14 kids of my own. But I'm telling you, this little girl is about the sweetest thing. I don't think I've ever heard her cry in 12 or 13 hours of watching her. Allison has a job every Saturday and Sunday. She watches Jane Rose. And when she brings her over to the house during her shift, then of course Abigail wants to play with her, and Mercy and me, and the child is just adorable, just adorable. Well, it got me thinking, and I'm going to tell you the truth. It got me thinking about two things. I haven't changed one: abortion. That single mom, in all reality, could have aborted that little girl. And I'm thinking how much happiness and joy our family would have missed if that little baby had never been born. At the same time, I'm very strong that the mother's body is her own. And conceiving a baby should not be punishment for sexual activity. Condoms break, people get excited, don't think about contraception, and life goes on. So I think abortion still should be legal. But I see that there is some loss to society of the brilliant children, and perhaps beautiful, and the geniuses and whatever, that were never born. So anyway, I'm glad she didn't abort this little girl. Now, like I said, I'm mentally ill. I can do what I want, as long as I don't go to jail or break the law. So I named Jane Rose Miley Jane. I like the name Miley. So everybody knows her now as Miley. We say, is Miley coming over? I asked the mom, I said, is it okay if I call her Miley? She said, I don't care what you call her. I said, okay, Miley Jane, that's her name. Damn, she's the cutest little thing in the world. Now, here's what the other thing that I got thinking about with Miley. First of all, when I hold her, I think of all the joyous times I've had as a father with 14 kids. Now, there's several of my 14 I never want to see their face again, but when she was first here, she was like 2 months. She couldn't do anything. Now she's 4.5, 5 months. And she looks around and she does her chest up and likes to hear music. And I was playing with her lip the other day, and she thought that was so funny. She laughs all the time, and she's serious a lot of the time. She's a smart little girl. So anyway, here's what I'm thinking. What does that have to do with the Mormon Church? You can look at the glass half full or half empty. Miley's mom can't really afford to have all the resources that she needs to take care of Miley. She works full-time, but when you work full-time and there's only one income, that's pretty tough to raise a baby on one income, unless it's a big income, and it's not. She's a girl, of course. She burned her car up because she didn't turn it off when the hot light came on. The car's burned up. So now she's riding a bus to work, and riding a bus to get groceries and diapers and Infamil and whatever for Miley, and has to take a stroller, and sometimes goes out in cold weather. And frankly, as an atheist, I feel bad. I feel bad. She's doing the best she can. Now, I ran daycare centers for over 10 years in California. I've seen a lot of children, and this is one of the best cared for children I've ever seen. That mother just adores that little girl and takes wonderful care of her. So, I told you the other day, I went and bought a car, 13-year-old car, mint condition. Oh my God, mint condition. It's a Malibu. No, I keep saying Malibu. It's a what an idiot. God, Jesus, come and get me. It's an Impala. It's a nice car. It's mint, inside out, and the engine compartment looks brand new. Anyway, I brought it home, and I'm sitting here thinking, you know, Miley's mom can't afford a car.
Scan has been completed.
It's the Dan I should try to hack in, but I got software that keeps them out. So anyway, I went to Miley's mom, and I said, listen, I'm not trying to hit on you, and I'm not trying to make points for you, but that little girl I just dearly love, and I want to make sure if she's sick in the middle of the night, or you got to get diapers, or you have a doctor's appointment, I'm going to rent my new car to you for $10 a day plus gas. Stay local, don't let anyone else drive it, and you're welcome to have it for 24 hours to take boo-boo or go get your groceries or whatever you need. So anyway, she's rented it once or twice, and that lowers the payment to me, and it helps her out. Now here's what I'm thinking. I could, and you could say, well, she should have never opened her legs up. She wasn't married, and that baby is illegitimate. Yeah, she is. Those are all true statements. Those are facts. And she can't take care of the baby. She should have aborted it. Yeah, some people think that. I'm glad she didn't, because it's just break my heart if she ever even moved away. I just adore the little girl. We can blame the mom and treat the child poorly because she's a bastard little child. I'm not going to do that. I'm an atheist, and I don't need Jesus points. You guys can have all the Jesus points you want, but I do know what's right and what's wrong. If I have extra and I can let her use my car, I'm going to do it. And if I had extra money, well, you know, I went over to DI and I bought Miley, you know, some toys and things she can play with, because her mom can't even afford batteries for the swing that, you know, we all use a swing, and Miley can't even use her swing. So I bought her some toys, and today I was at DI and I had a hard time walking by the toys. Here's what I'm saying. Can we blame the Mormon people for the assholes who run the Mormon church? I'm beginning to separate that out a little bit. I think the prophets, seer, and revelators are all con men, and I think they're taking advantage of a fairly nice population of people. Now, some of the people, I don't know, 20%, maybe 25% are assholes too. They shun, and they lie, they cheat, and they steal, and that's larger than the general population, lies, cheats, and steals. But I want to see Miley as a glass half full. And maybe I'm starting to shift a little bit in my thinking that maybe the nice Mormons, my dentist is a wonderful guy. Golly, he works on me. I got all my teeth back in. Tried to put a brain in. He's not talented that way. And I couldn't get the brain to work. And he lets me pay what I can when I can. Isn't that a wonderful thing? And he's Mormon. He's Mormon. There are people in the Mormon church that are really good people. They're people who don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. I got a kid coming home. Who came in? Me who? Abby? So I'm starting to separate out that there are some sweet people, some helpful people, and some people I don't mind being around as long as they're not trying to convert me to their religion. It's a sad thing that these good people are wrapped up and have such low self-esteem that they'll follow these liars and cheaters and thieves and belong to an organization with the Rock in the Hat revelation and marrying 14-year-olds and Mountain Meadows and the blacks and the gays and, oh my God, women's rights, polygamous. So I'm trying to be fair. There are populations of LDS, and I see them on my comments. They're not mean, they're not vindictive, they're not hateful. They're decent people that can argue that the church has made their lives better. Maybe it has. It might make it better for 10, 30, 50 years. It might for a lifetime. It might. It didn't me. Eventually, my eyes and my ears opened up and said, no, this is a cult. I'm a good person. I don't need fake prophets. I don't need fake general authorities. And I'm a good person. I let Miley use my car. I buy toys for her. She's welcome in my home. And if she needed to have, you know, food or diapers or clothes, we buy that to help that single mom. So, you know, the single mom could be criticized just like the Mormon leaders, but the fruit from the mom and from the Mormon church can be a positive thing. So anyway, I just want to take a moment and say I want to be fair. There are some good people in the Mormon church, and they may stay that way for their whole life. I didn't. I didn't need Jesus, and I don't need someone to tell me what's right. When I hold Miley and I look in her eyes and then she smiles at me, I don't need Jesus to tell me that's a good thing, and I should be associated in helping a little girl that'll never know, I'll be long dead by the time she may never know that I did anything for her. But I want her to have health and enable, marrow in the bones, strengthen her loins and in her sinews. Power and the priesthood be upon her and upon her posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. Bard's gone.